job.
Oh.
But there was a passenger drop off for you.
I see.
A little girl.
What? She's a girl?
Most girls are.
Well, you see, we...
Seriously. Just saying there, I offered her the ladies' waiting room, but she informed me she preferred to stay outside. There was more scope for imagination, she said.
No, I'm not expecting
Oh, alas, she's got a tongue of her own.
It's a boy I've come for. He should be here. Mrs. Alexander Spencer was to bring him in from Nova Scotia for...
Guess there's some mistake. That's all I know about it, and I haven't got any more orphans concealed hereabouts.
Why isn't she a boy?
Well, maybe they were out of boys on the brandy one. Good luck to you.
I suppose you're Mr. Matthew Cuthbert of Green Gables? I am very glad to see you. I was beginning to be afraid you weren't coming for me. I was imagining all the things I might have had to prevent you. I had made up my mind that if you didn't come for me tonight, I'd go to that big wild cherry tree at the bend and climb up into it and stay there all night. I wouldn't be a bit afraid. It would be lovely to sleep in a wild cherry tree all white with bloom and the moonshine, don't you think? And I was quite sure that you'd come for me in the morning if you didn't come for me tonight.
I'm sorry I was late. Come along. Give me your bag.
Oh, I can carry it. It isn't heavy. I've got all my worldly goods in it, but it isn't heavy. I've got the knack of it. I'm very glad you come for me. Even if it would have been nice to sleep in a wild cherry tree. It's so wonderful that I'm going to live with you and belong to you. I've never belonged to anyone before. Not really. The asylum must go worse. I don't suppose you were ever an orphan in an asylum. So you can't understand what it is like. It's worse than anything you could imagine. Mrs. Spencer said it's wicked of you to talk like that, but I didn't mean it to be wicked. So easy to be wicked without knowing it, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? What did that tree leaning on the bank all white and lacy make you think of?
Well, now, I don't know.
Why, a bride, of course. Bride all white with a lovely misty veil. I don't ever expect to be bride myself. I'm so homely, no one will ever want to marry me. I do hope that someday she'll have a white dress. Pretty clothes are my idea of earthly bliss. Look at the cherry trees of bloom. This island is the bloomiest place. I just love it already. I'm so happy I'm going to live here. I heard it said that Prince Edward Island was the prettiest place in the world. I used to imagine I was living here. I never really expected I would. It's delightful when your imaginations come true, isn't it?
Well, now, I don't know.
But am I talking too much? People always say so. Would you rather I didn't talk? I can stop if I make up my mind to it. Difficult.
You can talk if you like. I don't.
Oh, so glad. I know you and I are going to get along just fine. Such a relief to talk when one wants to. Not be told that children should be seen and not heard. I've had that said to me a million times. People laugh at me because I use big words. But you have big ideas. You have to use big words to express them, haven't you?
Well, now, that seems reasonable.
But dreams don't often come true, do they? Wouldn't it be lovely if they did? Just now I feel pretty near perfectly happy. I can't be perfectly happy because, well, what color do you call this?
It's red, ain't it?
Yes, it's red. Now you see why I can't be perfectly happy. I cannot even imagine this red hair away. It breaks my heart. My lifelong sorrow.
Well, there's other colors in it, too.
Which would you rather be if you had the choice? Divinely beautiful, dazzlingly clever, or angelically good?
Well, now, I don't know exactly.
Neither do I.
I'm guessing you must be pretty tired and hungry.
What is this beautiful place?
It is a kind of pretty. It's the Avenue.
There's no meaning in it like that. No, others may call it the Avenue, but I should always call it the White Way of Delight.
That's Mary's Pond.
Well, I don't like that name either. I shall call it, let me see, the Lake of Shining Waters. Yes, that is the right name for it. I know because of the thrill. When I hit upon a name that suits exactly, it gives me a thrill. Do things ever give you a thrill?
Well, now, yes. And Mr. Barry has a daughter, Diana. She's about your age.
What a perfectly lovely name. Good night, dear Lake of Shining Waters. I always say good night to the things I love. just as if they're people. I think they like it. The water seems as if it was smiling at me.
Well, we're almost home now. That's Green Gables over yonder.
It is perfection. I am home.
Well, let's come around back and wash the road dust off our faces.
I know I will love it here, for I have waited for this all my whole life. I must be in a dream, you know. My arm must be black and blue from the elbow up, for I've pinched myself so many times believing it through. I am in rapture. Listen to the trees talking in their sleep. What lovely dreams they must have.
Won't you sit down? How are all your folks?
Fine, fine, fine. I dare say there has been much activity from Green Gables recently. I do believe I saw Matthew leaving today in his Sunday best. I asked myself, why would Matthew Humphrey, who never leaves the shadow of Green Gables except in dress, be going? Was he
All is fine, Rachel. We're all pretty well.
Well, I'm clean puzzled, that's what, and I don't know a moment's peace of mind or conscience until I know. For your sake, of course.
Of course, you would not have it any other way.
Oh, yes, your best interests always. 3 plates. Marilla, you said 3 plates. See here. Am I interrupting company?
Well, if it eases your mind, Matthew went to the Bright River train to collect a little boy from an orphan asylum. Who's coming on the train tonight?
A boy. Marilla, Matthew Cuthbert, of all people adopting a boy. Oh, the world is certainly turned upside down.
Well, Matthew is getting older.
What on earth put such a notion into your head?
Well, the old ways once knew as well.
Oh, you certainly didn't seek out my advice, Marilla. I do think you were doing a very foolish thing, or a risky thing, that's what. You don't know what you're getting.
A boy of about 10 or 11. We decided that would be the best age.
You are bringing a stranger into your house and home, and you don't know anything about him, his disposition.
Oh, it'll be fine, Rachel.
Well, you certainly should have sought out my advice.
I tried, Rachel, but Matthew is terrible set on it.
Oh, well, Matthew so rarely has an opinion.
So I felt it my duty to give in. And as for risk, there's risk in pretty near everything. Even people who have children of their own, they don't always turn out well.
Well, I do hope it will turn out all right, but don't say I didn't warn you if he burns Green Gables down with their raptors or puts strychnine in the well. I heard a case about a little girl over in New Brunswick.
Explore yourself with consult, and we're not getting a girl, but a lad.
Well, of all things that ever were or will be.
Well, they should be here soon, so.
Yes, I should share with the check-in with the neighbors. Should I pick up anything for you on the path?
Thank you, we are fine, Rachel. Take care now.
It does really seem as if I must be dreaming. Marilla and Matthew Cuthbert, of all people, adopting a child? Why, I wonder if they ever even were children. I wouldn't be in that orphan's shoes for anything.
Oh, sister, there was only, her there.
No boy. But there must have been a boy.
Well, there wasn't. I even asked the station master.
We sent word to Mrs. Spencer to bring us a boy. You're not a boy.
And I had to bring her home, Marilla. She couldn't be left there, no matter what mistake was made.
Why are you crying, child?
You would cry too if you're an orphan and finally had a real home and found out that they didn't want you just because you were a boy. Oh, this is the most tragical thing that's ever happened to me.
Well, don't cry anymore. We're not going to turn you out of doors tonight. You'll have to stay here until we investigate this affair.
Would you please call me Cordelia?
Oh, Cordelia, is that your name?
No, it's not exactly my name. I would love to be called Cordelia. Such such a perfectly elegant name.
I don't know what on earth you mean. If Cordelia isn't your name, what is?
Anne Shirley. But please do call me Cordelia. And it can't matter much to you since what you call me since I'm starting new, can it? Anne is such an unromantic name.
Unromantic fiddlesticks. Anne is a real good, plain, sensible name. You've no need to be ashamed
Well,
of.
I'm not ashamed of it, who am not. I just like Cordelia much better. I've always imagined my name was Cordelia. But if you do call me Anne, please call me Anne, spelled with an E.
What difference does it make how it's spelled?
Oh, it makes such a difference. It looks so much nicer. When you hear it pronounced, can you just see it in your mind just as it was printed out? I can. A-N-N looks dreadful. But A-N-N-E looks so much more distinguished. If you only call me Anne, spelled with an E, I shall try to reconcile myself to not being called Cordelia.
Very well then, Anne, spelled with an E. Can you tell us how this mistake came to be made? We sent word to Mrs. Spencer to bring us a boy. Were there no boys at the asylum?
Oh, there's an abundance of them. But Mrs. Spencer said distinctly that you wanted a girl around the age of 11, and the matron said she thought I would do. You have no idea how happy I was. I couldn't sleep all last night for joy. Why didn't you tell me at the station that you didn't want me? And leave me there! This wouldn't be so hard if I hadn't seen the white wave delight or the lake of shining waters.
What on earth does she mean?
She's just referring to a conversation we had earlier on the road. I'm going to go ready myself for dinner, Marilla.
Did Mrs. Spencer bring anybody else over besides you?
Yes, she brought Lily Jones herself. Lily is only 5 years old, but very beautiful, nut brown hair. Would you keep me if I was very beautiful, nut brown hair?
No, wouldn't do. We need a boy to help Matthew with the farm work, and a girl would be of no use to us. Now take off your hat and come eat.
I can't! I'm in the depths of despair! Can you eat when you're in the depths of despair?
I've never been in the depths of despair, so I can't say.
Weren't you? Well, did you ever try to imagine you're in the depths of despair?
No, I didn't.
And you can't understand what it is like. It's worse than anything you could imagine. A big lump comes right up in your throat and please don't be offended because I can't eat. Not even if it's a chocolate caramel.
I guess she's just tired, Marilla. Hasn't put her to bed.
I suppose you have a nightgown.
No, I left it at the asylum. I'm glad to be rid of it. It was so ugly, I wish it had frills and
Well, you
lace.
can use one from my youth. Now, no dawdling. We will have a good night.
How can you call it a good night when you very well know that it's the worst night I ever had?
Well, this is certainly a pretty kettle of fish. This is what comes of sending word instead of going ourselves and having words twisted somehow. One of us will have to drive down and see Mrs. Spencer, that's for certain. No, she'll have to be sent back to the asylum, Matthew.
Yes, I suppose so.
You suppose so, don't you know it?
Well now, Marilla, she's a real sweet little thing.
Matthew Cuthbert, you don't mean to say you think we ought to keep her?
It would be a shame to send her back when she's so set on staying here.
Oh, I should say not. What good would she be to us?
Well now, no, I suppose not to you.
I suppose we could hardly be expected to keep her, Matthew.
But we might be of some good to her.
Matthew Cuthbert, I believe that child has bewitched you. I can see as plain that you want to keep her.
Well now, she's a real interesting thing, little Marilla. You should have heard her talk coming from the station.
Oh, well, she can talk like a runaway train. It's nothing in her favor either. I don't like children who have much to say. I don't want an orphan girl, and if I did, she isn't the style I'd pick out. No, she's got to be dispatched straight away back to where she came from.
I could hire a French boy to help me, and she could be company for you.
Oh, I'm not suffering for company, Matthew, and I'm not going to keep her. I don't know how to talk to a child.
Well, this child certainly does enough talking for all of us. Such an honest, innocent thing.
loved the world on a morning like this. I can hear the brook laughing from up here.
Well, breakfast is ready.
I'm not the Duchess of Despair this morning. I never can be in mornings. It's such a splendid thing that there are mornings. I'm quite sad. I've just been imagining that was really me that you wanted now to stay here forever and ever. It's a great comfort while it lasted, but now I must stop for reality, and that hurt. Though I'm quite hungry this morning. The world doesn't seem such a howling wilderness as it did last night. Sunshiny mornings are so easy to be happy and bear up under affliction. I've got a great deal to bear up under. It's very well to read about sorrows and imagine yourself living through them heroically. But it's not so nice when you really come to have them.
For pity's sake, hold your tongue. You talk entirely too much for a little girl. Now, can you wash dishes right?
Pretty well. Knowing better at taking care of children. It's a pity you have me here for needle gaster.
Oh, I don't feel as if I wanted any more children than I've got present. You're a problem enough. What's to be done with you, I don't know. Oh, Matthew, you're the most ridiculous man.
I think he's wonderful. He's ever so sympathetic and didn't seem to mind how much I talked. I think he liked it. I felt he was a kindred spirit as soon as I ever saw him.
Well, you both are ducks enough if that's what you mean by kindred spirits. Yes, you may wash the dishes, take plenty of hot water, and be sure you dry them well.
I made that big wild cherry tree outside my bedroom window this morning. I called it Snow Queen. Of course, one always be in bloom, but one can imagine that in its pale bloom.
I've never in all my life seen or heard anything to equal her, Matthew. You're right, she is kind of interesting. Soon she'll be casting a spell over me. Heaven knows she's already casted one over you. Well, we have to drive down to White Sands and settle this thing with Mrs. Spencer. Come, Anne, we have a journey to partake in.
Goodbye, Anthony. I like that better than Cordelia.
Mrs. Spencer, it seems a mistake was made at the orphanage. We ordered a boy.
Sakes alive, you don't say. I was told a girl. Well, what's done is done. I'd rather not go all the way back, but you know, my neighbor, Mrs. Blewett, was thinking about ordering a girl to help with a rabble of children. Let's take a peek, shall we?
While we are here.
Well, what have we here?
It seems we have a little girl available, Mrs. Blewett.
What is your name?
Anne Shirley, with an E.
Makes no difference what with. Truth be told, your name doesn't matter either. You're small and wiry and you've spunk.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll expect you to earn your keep with these 6 shillings, or you'll know my boots and my strap, and that's...
Well, I need to mull this over with my brother. I'll let you know if she comes available.
I am in shock! Did my ears deceive me? Will you keep me?
Why, well,
Oh, Miss Cuthbert, did you really say I could stand Green Gables? Did you really say it? Or did I only imagine that you did?
I think you better learn to control that imagination of yours, Anne. Yes, you heard me say just that. Well, I certainly wasn't planning on it. Consider yourself here on trial.
I promise you the best orphan under the sun. Boy or girl, I'll be useful. Cleaning, baking, chores, I'll entertain and delight you.
I will need a great deal of convincing. Let's start with telling me about yourself.
Well, what I know about myself isn't really worth telling. If you only let me tell you what I imagine about myself, you'll find it ever so much more interesting.
No, I don't want any of your imaginings. Just you stick to both facts. Now begin at the beginning. Where were you born and your age, and just the true facts, no jibber-jabber.
Well, I was 11 last March, and I was born in Bolingbroke, Nova Scotia. My parents, Walter and Bertha Shirley, are both school teachers. Aren't Walter and Bertha lovely names?
I guess it doesn't matter what a person's name is as long as they behave themselves.
Well, I've had once that Rose by any of their name would smell sweet, but I've never been able to believe it. I don't believe Rose would be as nice if we were called a thistle or a skunk
Go
cabbage.
back to the point.
Well, they were as poor as church mice, but very happy. They lived in a weeny teeny little yellow house that they filled with love. My mother thought I was perfectly beautiful despite me being homely and scrawny. But she didn't live long after that, you see. She died of fever when I was 3 months old. I do wish she'd lived long enough for me to remember calling her mother. It would be so lovely to see mother, don't you think? My father died not long after that, from fever too. You see, it seems to be my fate to be alone, for no one would want me. The asylum didn't want me either. Overcrowding, you see. The wind is magnificent here. To be the wind, wild and free, I would love to be the wind.
Back to the point. Did you ever go to school?
Yes, for 4 months at the asylum. So I know ever so many pieces of poetry off my heart. The lady of the lake. Don't we just love poetry that transcends?
Were people, well, good to you?
Oh, I feel sure they meant to be good to me. To be just as good and kind. You don't mind me, Miss, when people are sometimes nice. And they had twins 3 times in succession. I don't mind twins in moderation.
6 kids, that's a lot of mouths to maintain.
I feel sure they meant to be good to me.
Actions and words are 2 different things, Anne.
I have pondered on why children are considered such a blessing when they are treated as such a burden.
You raise a fine question, Anne. Within me.
Look at the gold, so resplendent. I would love to be bold, to wake up at sunrise and spread your wings and fly and circle back to one's nest. The green gables, but freedom to fly, but safety to return home. Always.
Oh, you just wanted to be the wind. Well, here we are. Go in and wash up. I will be along shortly, and remember, this is a week.
Well, you know, it was our fault.
Seems a pity to punish a child for something that was none of her doing. It's not her fault she was born into the life she was.
I happen to agree with you there,
And the
Marilla.
mistake was made, and the only thing to do was to set it right. I had the chance to leave her, Matthew, but I couldn't bring myself to do it.
I am right proud of you,
Oh,
Marilla.
I make no promises, can't say that I will.
And can't say that you won't. I know.
All right, Matthew, she is an interesting little thing.
You will get her to be a useful little thing.
Oh, and I'll make it my business to see that she's trained to be that. And mind, Matthew, you're not to go interfering with my methods.
There, sister. You can do the mothering.
More than a little surprised about doing the mothering. Perhaps this old maid doesn't know much about bringing up a child, but I guess she knows more than an old bachelor, so you leave me to manage her. When I fail, it'll be your time enough to put your oar in.
Of course, sister, of course. You can have your own.
Only be as good and kind to her as you can without spoiling her. I think she's the sort you can do about anything with, if you get her to love you. So no spoiling, Matthew.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
What did you say, brother?
Nothing to know.
Well, tell her tonight that she can stay. She'd be so excited she wouldn't sleep a wink. Oh, Marilla Cuthbert, you're fairly in for it. Did you ever suppose you'd be seeing the day when you'd be adopting an orphan girl, and Matthew, who has a mortal dread of little girls? Well, we've decided on the experiment, and goodness only knows what will come of it.
I was so hard up in my mind last night that I'll hold them nicely tonight. Sometimes I might forget. It's just so nice to get into bed, nice and quiet, and imagine things.
Well, you'll have to remember a little better if you stay here. Now say your prayers and get into bed.
I don't know any.
Why, Anne, what do you mean? Were you never taught to say your prayers? God always wants little girls, well, all of us to say their prayers. Don't you know who God is, Anne?
God is a spirit, infinite, eternal, and unchangeable.
So you're not quite a heathen. Where'd you learn that?
Sound Sunday school, catechism. I liked it pretty well. There's something splendid about words. Infinite, eternal, and unchangeable. Isn't that grand? You couldn't quite call it poetry, but it sounds a lot like it, doesn't it?
Well, we're not talking about poetry, Anne. We're talking about you saying your prayers.
I was always too tired at night to bother with saying 3 sets of twins, wouldn't you be?
Well, under my roof, you'll say your prayers, Anne.
Of course, I'd do anything to oblige you. But you'll have to tell me what to say and do, just for this one.
Well, you must kneel down.
Why do people kneel down when they pray? If I wanted to pray, I'll tell you what I do. I'd go out to a great, big field, all alone, or into the deep, deep woods. And I look up into the sky, up into that lovely blue sky, whose blueness looks like it has no end. And I just feel a prayer. Well, I'm ready. What am I to say now?
You're old enough to pray for yourself, Anne. Just thank God for your blessings and ask Him humbly for the things that you want.
I will do my best. Gracious Heavenly Father. That's what the ministers say in church, so I suppose it's all right. Gracious Heavenly Father, I thank Thee for the white wave delight and the lake of shining waters, for Bonnie the mare and the snow queen. I'm really extremely grateful for them. I could go on and on. As for the things I want, I will list the 2 most important. Please let me stay at Green Gables. And please let me be good-looking when I grow up. I remain yours respectfully, Anne Shirley, within a year. Don't I do it all right? Next time I shall make it more flowery. Should I set amen in place of yours respectfully? The ministers do.
I suppose so. Now go to sleep like a good child. Have a good night. That sweet, vexing little thing. Where does she get such ideas? Well, Marilla Cuthbert, you've had a pretty easy life of it so far. But I guess your time has come.
Oh, Miss Cuthbert, would you please tell me if you're going to send me away or not? I've tried, but I cannot bear not go any longer. It's a dreadful feeling.
I might as well tell you. Matthew and I had decided to keep you. That is, if you are a good girl and show yourself grateful. Whatever's the matter, child?
I'm crying. I cannot think why. I'm glad as glad can be. Oh, glad doesn't seem the right word at all. I'm so happy. I will try to be so good. And it will be uphill work, I expect, because Simon often told me I was desperately wicked. But I will do my best. But can you please tell me why I'm crying?
Oh, sit down, child. I'm afraid you cry and laugh far too easily. Yes, you can stay here, and we'll try to do right by you.
What am I to call you? Shall I always call you Miss Cuthbert?
Call me Miss Cuthbert. It shall make me nervous.
Did I call you Aunt Marilla?
No, you can call me just plain Marilla.
It seems awfully disrespectful to
Everyone, young and old in Avonlea, calls me Marilla.
Marilla is a beautiful name. Marilla, do you think that I shall ever have a bosom friend in Avonlea?
What kind of friend?
A bosom friend, you know, intimate friend. A true kindred spirit to whom I can confide my inmost soul to. I dreamed of meeting her all my life, and I never really expected I would. But so many of my loveliest dreams have come true that maybe this one will too. Do you think it's possible?
Well, Diana Barry lives over at Orchard Slope, and she's about your age. Perhaps she'll be such a bosom. Well, a good playmate. But you better behave yourself. Mrs. Barry's a very particular woman, and she won't let anyone who isn't good or nice play with Diana.
What is Diana like?
She has rosy cheeks, honey nut brown hair, and blue eyes.
Oh, I'm so glad she's pretty. Since I am homely, it would be best to have a beautiful bosom
It
friend.
seems impossible for you to stop talking if you've got anybody that will listen.
This is a dream. Can it be true? Do I really have a home?
You're Anne of Green Gables now, Anne. So help me God.
You won't be sorry, Merle. I swear.
Good night, Anne. Sleep well.
Marilla, it was such a shame that such a mistake was made, but still, couldn't you have sent her back?
I suppose we could have, but we decided not to. Matthew you took a fancy to her, and I must say, I like her myself.
Marilla, it is such a responsibility you've taken on yourself, considering you don't know the first thing about children. You don't know anything about her or her real disposition, and there is no guessing how a child like that will turn out. But I don't want to discourage you, I'm sure.
I'm not feeling discouraged, for when I make up my mind to do a thing, it stays made up. I suppose you'd like to see her now. And come now.
I finished doing my chores, Marilla.
So this is the child?
How do you do?
Goodness gracious.
Well, they sure didn't pick you out for your looks, that's for certain. She's terrible skinny and homely, Marilla. Oh, has anyone ever seen such freckles and hair as red as carrots?
I hate you.
I hate you, I hate you, I hate you! How dare you call me skinny and ugly? How dare you stand freckled and red-headed? You are a rude, impolite, and feeling woman!
Man!
How dare you say such things about me? How would you like to be told that you are defective and clumsy and had the spark of imagination in you? Well, and I don't care if I hurt your feelings by saying so. I hope I hurt them! For you have hurt mine worse than they have ever been hurt before. I'll never forgive you for it! Never, never! Has anyone ever seen such a trap?
And go to your room and stay there until I come up.
Well, I have been for you in your job bringing that up.
Oh, you shouldn't have twitted her about her looks, Rachel.
But are you upholding her in such a terrible display of temper as we just
No, I'm not trying to excuse her. She's been very naughty, and I'll have to give her a talking to about it. But we must make allowances for her, Rachel. She has never been taught what is right.
Oh, well, I see I'll have to be very careful what I say after this, seen as the fragile feelings of orphans brought from goodness knows where have to be considered before anything else.
Oh, don't be so vexed, Rachel.
Oh, I'm not vexed, brother. You'll have enough troubles with that child, but if you'll take my advice, which I suppose you won't do, although I've brought up 10 children and buried 2, you'll do that talking to with a switch. I suspect that to be the proper language for that kind of child.
I will not switch a child,
Well,
Rachel.
Marilla, don't expect me to be visiting here again anytime soon if I'm liable to be blown at and insulted. Good day to you.
And come hear what I have to say to you. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
She had any right to call me redheaded and ugly.
Oh, I didn't say she was right. Yet you hadn't any right to fly her in such a fury. I wanted you to behave yourself to Mrs. Lynde, but you thoroughly disgraced yourself. You say such things often enough.
Saying yourself and hearing other people say so is different. Something just rose up in me. I had to fly her.
Well, you made a fine exhibition of yourself. Mrs. Lynde will have a nice story to tell everyone, and she'll tell it too. Now, Rachel is too outspoken, yet you were rude and saucy, and you will go to her and say you're very sorry. No!
I can never do that. Punish me, please, Marilla. Shut me up in a dark, damp dungeon haunted by snakes and toads, and feed me only on bread and water, and I shall not complain. But I cannot ask Mrs. Rachel Lynde to forgive me.
There'll be no dark, damn dungeon.
No! I'm not sorry! I'm sorry I vexed you, but I'm glad I told her just what I did. I can't lie. I can't even imagine that I'm sorry.
You promised to be a very good girl if we kept you at Green Gables, but tonight seems the opposite.
Well, it's a good thing Miss Rachel Lynde got a calling down. She's a meddlesome old gossip.
I'm astonished at you. Anne's behavior was dreadful, and yet you take her part. Next you'll say to give her a prize.
Well, now, no, not exactly. Miss Anne, would you care to join me? It's awful lonesome in here.
Pretty well. My imagination helps pass time. And it is lonesome.
Dear Anne, do you mean apologize?
Apologize?
Yes, apologize. That's the very word I'm looking for. Just smooth things over. Marilla is quite vexed. It would help ease our family.
I guess it is true enough to say that I am sorry. For I am sorry now. I wasn't a bit sorry last night. I was mad clear through and I woke up 3 times, so furious. This morning, I felt so ashamed. Can I do anything for you, Matthew? If you wish.
Well, now, of course I do. Just go and smooth things over. It's awful quiet downstairs without you here.
Very well, Matthew.
I am quite relieved, Anne. But don't tell Marilla I said anything about it. She might think I was putting my oar in, and I promise not to do that.
Wild horses could not drag the secret from me.
Well, I best be off. I hear Mrs. Rachel Lynn is headed this way, and
I understand, Matthew. Marilla! 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 Oh, Marilla, please forgive me! I could not express all my sorrow! No! Not if I used up a whole dictionary! I became careless and used straight Matthew and Marilla took pity on a poor orphan. I'm a dreadfully wicked and ungrateful girl who deserves to be cast out forever! Never wicked of me to fly into a temper. Because you told me the truth. It was the truth every word you said. My hair is red and I am freckled and skinny and ugly. What I said about you is true too, but I shouldn't have said it. If you refuse, there'll be a lifelong sorrow on a pitiful creature's flawed side. Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't do that. Please forgive me, Mrs. Lee.
Of course I forgive you, child. I suppose I was a little hard on you. I'm just a very outspoken person. You mustn't mind anything I say.
I look forward to never minding what you say again.
There is no denying that your hair is a terrible red, but I knew a girl once whose hair was every bit as red as yours and it darkened into a real handsome auburn. I wouldn't be a mite surprised if yours did too. No, not a mite.
Oh, Mrs. Lynn, you give me hope! My dear benefactor, anything could be of Jordan's grew into a real handsome auburn. It might be possible for me to do my chores now. I must make recompense. Any excuse.
Yes, and be sure you get dressed for the day, Anne.
Well, she's a real little apricot, isn't she? But I don't feel so sorry for you and Matthew for keeping her as I did before. Although she does express herself rather oddly, I do think she will outgrow it as she is living amongst you civilized folks. Although her temper did just flare up and cool down. On the whole, Marilla, I kind of like her. You know, I'm going to pop down to that Diana's mother and suggest that the girls meet. I'll see you later, Matthew. Toodaloo, Marilla.
Au revoir!
Goodbye, Anne.
I think I apologized pretty well, didn't I? I thought since I had to do it, I might as well do it thoroughly.
Oh, you did it thoroughly all right enough. Now I hope you don't have occasion to make many more of these apologies, Anne. I hope you've learned to control your temper.
I mostly just get mad about other things. But I'm so tired of being twitted about my hair. I boil right over. Might my hair really change, Marilla?
Oh, don't be so vain, Anne.
How can I be vain? I know I'm homely.
Handsome is as handsome does.
Handsome does is a lot easier than handsome is. Matthew, Marilla, it's just hitting me. This is my home. Sometimes you're afraid to put down roots, so you pull them up in advance so no one else can do it for you. You don't even realize that you're the only one doing it. Isn't that silly? But it's so nice to have a home and know it's home. I love Green Gables and I've never loved any place before. It never felt like home.
Well, let's get ready for the berries.
Or I'm frightened. What if she shouldn't like me? It would be the most tragical disappointment of my life.
don't get into a fluster, Anne. Diana will like you well enough, but you must behave and mind your P's and Q's. Oh, for heaven's sake, you're actually trembling.
You would be excited too if you were to meet a little girl you hope to be your bosom friend, and whose mother might like you.
Come in.
How do you do, Marilla?
All is well.
And this is the little girl you've adopted, I suppose.
This is Anne Shirley.
Spelled with an E.
How are you?
I am quite well in body, although considerably rumpled up in spirit, thank you.
Very well. This is my little girl, Diana. Diana, you might take Anne out to the garden and show her the flowers you brought for planting. Marilla, would you care to accompany me?
Certainly.
I'm glad she has the prospect of a playmate. I'm sure we'll get her more on doors.
Oh, Diana, do you think you could like me just a little? Enough to be my bosom friend?
Why, I guess so. I'm awfully glad you come to live in Green Gables. It'll be jolly to have someone to play with. I've never had a friend so close to play with, and I have no sisters big enough.
Will you swear to be my friend forever and ever?
Why, it's dreadfully wicked to swear.
Oh, no, not that kind of swearing. There are two kinds, you know?
What other kind?
It means vowing and promising solemnly.
Well, I don't mind doing that. How do you do it?
We must join hands like so. It ought to be done over running water, but we can imagine this path is running water. I will keep you up first. I solemnly swear to be faithful to my bosom friend, Diana Perry, as long as the sun and moon shall endure. Now you say it, put my name in.
I solemnly swear to be faithful to my bosom friend, Anne Shirley. Oh, you're a queer girl, Anne. I heard before you were a strange bird, but I think I'm going to like you real well.
I never hoped for such a kindred spirit in you, Diana.
I'm so happy. Do you like to read?
Only every book on the planet.
I shall loan you one and we can discuss it.
And knock out the pages in the forest and glen.
And then we sing when we do so? Oh, and maybe we'll picnic together at Andrew's field. They're going to make ice cream.
Oh, I've never been to a picnic before. I've dreamed of going to one, but I've never.
Everyone must bring a basket of things to eat and a blanket to sit upon. I can share my blanket with you.
That sounds blissful.
Oh, and sometimes we sing there too. Might you know Nellie and the Hazel Bell?
Not yet, though I'm quite open to learn it.
Your eyes are so soulful.
I just prayed for a bosom friend, and here you are. What a splendid day. Isn't it just good to be alive on a day like this? I pity the people who aren't born yet for missing it. And they have other good days, but they can never have this one.
Much cooler this way and less dusty.
Love all the maples. They're always rustling and whispering to us.
Oh, and in the spring, there are a blanket of violets here. Millions of them.
Diana, suddenly I'm overcome with apprehension. For this is my very first day of school in my whole life.
You are so bright, Anne. With a little time, you'll fit right in.
Then I'll try to be optimistic. For I love to learn. And it's so fortuitous to love to learn and to go to school to do it.
You'll be fine, Anne.
Coming from a rear to less formal learning. My highest wish in life was to be educated.
No, I'll help you catch up.
What if they don't like me?
What's not to
Since
like?
they've all come to be friends forever.
I'm here, Anne. Just give it time. So, Gilbert Blythe will be in school today. He was gone visiting his cousins over in New Brunswick all summer, and he only came home Saturday night. He's awfully handsome, man. But he teases the girls something terrible, just torments our lives out.
Gilbert Blythe?
Oh, we'll have Gilbert in your class after this. He's used to being head of the class, I can tell you. 4 years ago, Gilbert's pa was so sick, he left school to nurse him. 3 years and Gil didn't go to school hardly. Won't be so easy to take the lead after this.
I don't expect to lead. Right off, that is.
Oh, and look, that's Gilbert. Just look at him and see if you don't think he's handsome.
Welcome to the first day of school.
Gilbert, we tell you, I do think your Gilbert Blythe is handsome, but I think he's very bold. It isn't good manners to wink at his raised curls.
Gilbert? Oh, Gilbert may vex us all, yet be a smitten. She called dibs on him 3 years ago.
He's mine!
If you want to sit with us at lunch, you should respect it.
I respect him, indubitably. I am Anne, with an E. I'm a jubilant number 80, so you'd like to make your acquaintance.
Anne has such a lovely vocabulary. boys. They're ridiculous.
Aside from Rufus, he is dreamy, so he doesn't count as ridiculous.
Dreaminess and imagination should go hand in hand in love imagining.
Well, I guess someone as pitiful as an orphan would need to do something to make up for their, well, pathetic life.
I would hate to be an orphan.
Do orphans even go to school?
Josie, it's all right, Diana.
I mean, Mother says you're just a charity case.
Well, you're here now, Anne, and I'm sure you'll be nice to help Josie with her reading. Right, Josie?
Well, here comes the boys.
Oh, ridiculous. Hi, I'm Moody. Oh, I'm sorry, and I'm Charlie.
You're ridiculous.
No, his name is Charlie.
Assemble class, no dilly-dallying, it is time to honor our king.
God save our gracious king, long live our noble king. God save the king, send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the king.
Moody, what's the cute girl's name?
Oh, I think it's Anne, but she's sure a carrot
I'm glad you remember talking.
Just because I want doesn't mean I want to court one. Plus, you call me Moody.
But you are Moody.
Yeah, but you have to call me it.
Class, it is now time for your spelling bee. Ruby, comfort.
Comfort. C-O-M-P.
C-O-M-F-O-R-T, Charlie. Enough.
E-N-U-F.
E-N-O-U-G-H. Moody, charcoal.
C-H-A-R-O.
C-H-A-R-C-O-A-L. And Auburn.
Auburn. A-U-B-U-R-N. Auburn.
Correct. Diana, Jubilee.
Jubilee. J-U-B-I-L-E-Y. Jubilee.
J-U-B-I-L-E-E. Gilbert, felicitations.
Felicitations. F-E-L-I-C-I-T-I-A-O-N-S.
Perfect. Rufus, whimsical.
W-H-I-M-S-I-C-A-L. Whimsical.
Wonderful. Josie, antagonist.
Antagonist. A-N-T-A-G-O-N-E-S-T.
A-N-T-A-G-O-N-I-S-T. And gregarious.
Gregarious. G-R-E-G-A-R-I-O-U-S. Gregarious.
Correct. Gilbert, supervene.
Superbene. S-U-P-E-R-B-E-N-E.
Correct. Rufus, mystique.
M-Y-S-T-I-Q-U-E. Mystique.
And effervescent.
Effervescent. E-F-F-E-R-V-E-S-C-E-N-T. Effervescent.
Correct. Gilbert, manifold.
Manifold. M-A-N-I-F-O-L-D.
Correct. Rufus, feminine.
F-E-M-I-N-I-N. Feminine.
E, close, Rufus. And resilient.
Resilient. R-E-S-I-L-I-E-N-T. Resilient.
Correct. Gilbert, acquiesce.
A-C-Q-U-I-E-E-C-C.
Incorrect. Surprisingly well done. And on to dramatic reading. Who wants to go first? See?
The Lady of the Lake by Sir Walter Scott. Cows on the view of the opening path. Rock the laying cows paid them back. 100 dogs bayed, deep and strong, clattered 100 steeds along. The peal of the merry horns rung out.
Speaks with verb and merit.
Far from the tumult fled the doe, the falcon from her cairn on high, cast the rout of the wandering eye. So far beyond her piercing head, the hurricane swept the glen.
That was an acceptable interpretation. And, Ruby, you are next. Proceed.
You can't be serious.
I said proceed.
Hey, Ann.
Hey.
Hey, good job. Hey,
You are mean and spiteful.
Ridiculous.
Hey, Karen.
How dare you talk!
And sir, how dare you display such rage? What a savage display of temper.
Oh, Miss Phillips, it really was my fault, you see.
Inconsequential, Gilbert, and come up here at once. And Shirley will control her temper. Now, stand here with self-control like a proper person. You might be used to conducting yourself like this in the asylum. You are in civilized society now. There are expectations here. Do you follow? I cannot give you permission to speak. Such temper and such a vindictive spirit. And now, Anne, raise your hands. Palm side up. Students, clean up this mess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your lack of self-control. 7. Now stand there for the rest of the afternoon.
Oh, Anne, how did you weather it?
I was used to much worse. Discipline. The asylum much worse than that.
What a sad, sad life.
The shame of having to stand there the whole day. I was not ready for that.
And I would do almost anything in the world for you.
My highest ideal in life has been to get an education. But this sorrows my very soul.
Miss Phillips tends to be harsh. I'm scared to even spell a word in case I get it wrong. Like today.
I think I will be brave and talk to my mother. She is on the school board and I can carry your books, Anne. We can salvage
What have you
them.
been through? That was ghastly.
Anger sustained me from crime, and it's all I add you humiliation. As for Gilbert Blythe, I will never look at him again. I will never speak to him.
Ann. Look, I'm awfully sorry I made fun of your hair. Honest, I am. Please don't be mad at me just now.
How could you resist Gilbert's plea?
I shall never forgive Gilbert Blythe. And Miss Phillips, spell my name without an E, too. The tiredness entered into my soul, Diana.
I wasn't mind Gilbert making fun of your hair. What? He vexes all the girls. He does. Gilbert laughs at mine because it's so black. He's called me a crow a dozen times.
There's a great deal of difference between being called a crow and being called Karen.
I told you he vexes all the girls.
And you lost your temper.
Ann, I was just teasing. I didn't know you were so sensitive about your hair.
Gilbert Blythe has hurt my feelings excruciatingly, Diana.
For shucks, Ann, I never heard a girl spell like you. Guess I have some competition now.
By a girl?
And why not? Boys and girls are both intelligent creatures.
So long, Ann.
Hey, Gilbert! Gilbert, wait up! If fans care, are you a rabbit? Pond rabbit? Rabbit? Rabbit, 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 rabbit! Rabbit, 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 rabbit. Albert!
And so it begins. It is possible that the matter might have blown over if nothing else had happened. But when some things begin, they're apt to keep on. And Gilbert Blythe is one of those things.
I didn't try
sometimes makes it hard to hear his message. But you must persevere, and you should have listened to the pastor.
But he wasn't talking to me. He was talking to himself and talking to God. God wouldn't be much interested in it either.
And Shirley.
Beautiful brooch to gaze upon. I never could have made it through. It is a perfectly elegant brooch, Marilla.
Mrs. Seafaring Uncle gave it to my grandmother. It is my prized possession.
They are lovely amethysts. Some of pirates' treasures, royal families.
No, I don't know about that, but I do know I cherish it very much.
It is a marvel indeed that you can pay attention to the sermon when you have it on. I couldn't. I know. It is mesmerizing.
So, how goes your reconciliation with Gilbert?
Cold iron has entered into my soul. For my honor's been tarnished.
Many wars have been mistakenly fought due to pride. Now, I took the liberty of inviting your little friends from school over. I made extra scones, and Matthew says we have cider lying about, for you might want to entertain, to get to know them better. Good company again.
Oh, you dear good girl, you're so kind to me. I'm so much obliged to you.
Never mind your kissing nonsense. I'd see you doing strictly as you're told.
Can I see your amethyst brooch, Marilla?
You can open it. My mother's picture is hiding inside. It's a secret pocket.
She is beautiful like you. I guess you're beautiful like her.
Well, that's enough now. Put them both on my dresser carefully.
It is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Princess Cordelia with this enchanted jewel could grant wisdom to all. Gaze upon it. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
You remember what the doctor said about your heart.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
And is your room tidy?
I will double check. I want to be proud of me, Marilla.
Oh, and you left your book. Oh, and I left mine.
Is she excited? I take it you told her about the surprise.
She's fluttering about quite beside herself.
Marilla, what's wrong?
Shirley, come here now! And I told you to put my amethyst brooch on my dresser. I need you to return it to me.
I did put everything on your dresser.
No, not my brooch. Now I know that it bewitched you.
It is bewitching, but I resisted its siren soul.
And tell the truth.
It's all right, Anne.
You Cuthbert, you agreed I will do the parenting. Now excuse yourself. I don't know if you're imagining or fibbing, but you better come clean.
I swear I would never.
If you do not return it to me, I will turn each of your friends away at the door. Now confess, you need to be disciplined.
So if I confess, my friends can still come over? We can still have the party? When I was putting the brooch away, I could not resist the urge to become Lady Cordelia. The brooch called to me a siren song. I put it on and went to gather the water at the well and watched the amethyst glisten in the sun. I was mesmerized, so mesmerized that it slipped between my fingers. I watched it fall into the depths.
And surely I cannot believe your gall.
And I know that now. I must be punished before my friends arrive today. Please receive my consequences.
Friends!
Yes, we don't have long until they're here.
You will not be seeing your friends today, Aunt Shirley.
But that's why I confess.
Enough!
I didn't want to be humiliated. I just wanted them to see me as more than a poor, trashy orphan. Please, oh please, they'll be here soon.
Oh, do you have any idea what that brooch meant to me? It was my prized possession, and you are such trouble.
I swear I don't mean to be trouble.
And this is terrible. You are the very wickedest girl I have ever heard of.
Yes, I suppose I am. And I must be punished, so please punish me so we can still have my party.
Oh, party indeed. You'll have no party today, Aunt Shirley. That shall be your punishment.
My heart is broken. Someday you'll know the truth. Until then, I forgive you. Remember when the time comes that I forgive you.
You sounded exactly like Mom.
You Cuthbert, I think I let her off entirely too easy. Yet you take her part.
Well, there should be allowances made, Marilla. You know, she's never had any proper bringing up.
Well, she's having it now. How could this be? Anne, can you come here, please? Anne, I was wrong. And when I am wrong, I admit it. I
so I didn't take it. I'm no thief.
So if you'll forgive me, I'll forgive you and we can start square again. I'm sure I wouldn't feel so secure, that is, if I were in your shoes.
I am used to being called trash and such. People seem to think that if you don't have a family, that you aren't worth being loved. I just felt safe here. Like I really had a home here at Green Gables.
You do have a home here, Anne, and I'll prove it to you. Matthew, get the Bible. You are Cuthbert, Anne. I can't give you much, but I can give you my name.
You are our daughter. Our name will be your name?
So it's time that we make it official. You can sign here under Matthew.
I didn't have the neatest handwriting. Not like you, Anne.
And Shirley Cuthbert.
Well, that's that. No getting rid of us now.
Put out, Cordelia!
Your friend should be arriving soon, so get ready and wash up. I'll get the scones and chill the cider.
Home.
I am right happy, Marilla. It feels like she's been here always. I can't imagine life at Green Gables without our Anne.
I'm glad we consented on keeping her.
Anne, come back here. I have some chocolate sweeties for you. That might be a bit melted.
That will ruin our teeth and stomach. Well, there, child, don't look so dismal. You can eat them since Matthew has gone and got them. You better have gone peppermints, they're wholesomer.
Could I share them with my friends? The other half will taste twice as sweet if I share them.
And isn't stingy, I'm glad.
Rabbit, 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 rabbit.
Come on in.
Good evening, Marilla. It's mighty nice of you to go gather.
We normally don't get invited out.
My mom said to say hello. I brought some jelly to
Oh,
share.
and I brought some applesauce to share. You know, my father specifically said to give some of his special apple butter.
You're John Blake's boy, are you not?
I am indeed.
You look a lot like your father did at the same age, so tall.
Father said that he used to be your beau and that he loved his apple butter.
I did indeed. I've heard your father has taken a turn for the worse.
Yes. Well, it's been a few long years. I took off school to care for him. We moved closer to a hospital and things looked hopeful for a bit, but, well, they've been doing downhill for a while now. Father said that he wanted to move close to home and have comfort here among friends.
You and I? Well, would he mind if we came to visit him this week? I still remember some of his favorite recipes.
Thanks, Marilla. You know, I think he'd really appreciate your company.
Gilbert, you best come quick. Your pa had a spell. They need you. The doctor's already there. They're expecting you.
Thanks for inviting me over, Marilla. Matthew, could you give me a lift? I'll tell Father that you sent your best.
Rachel?
Marilla. Thanks for inviting us, Marilla. My brownies to share.
You're so talented, Rufus.
Thank you. I'm so glad you guys want to spend time with me.
That was positively romantical. Somehow made me beautiful.
You guys are so much fun to be around.
Do you like Anne?
No, she's just my friend.
And you are mine.
And mine. It's nice to have a place to fit in.
You don't feel like you fit in with the boys?
The boys are so annoying.
It's ridiculous, but Rufus is a boy.
But we like Rufus. He's nice.
Thank you.
You're not like other boys.
Well, I have fun with you. You do such interesting things like sewing, making patterns, and sketching.
And you are so very good at anything you touch. Oh, is this me? Whatever makes you happy.
I'm not good at sports, nor do I enjoy them.
No, you really stink at them.
Well, we're glad you enjoy spending time with us. Still, I just feel like I don't fit in anywhere. No, I'm just different.
Why ordinary? You're extraordinary.
Not extraordinary.
They're
quite sweet.
You're such a doofus, Rufus!
Shut up, Moody. Oh, you're
You talk all the time, Moody! Make me! You said you're a little girl! Anything boys can do, girls can do better! We're just fine without you! Yeah. Rufus is too good to boy like you! Fine! You'll wake up someday and see what's right here. At least you're a family, and Josie has the right to choose who she wishes.
Thanks, Anne. I'm surprised you stood up for me.
You're not same breed?
No.
No, look at the ball. She wouldn't have. I would have. We are kindred spirits, aren't we?
What's a kindred spirit?
Oh, someone who you can always trust, who is kind.
And you can sometimes read your mind. There is soulful magic in a kindred. What do you think Diana has soulful eyes? I wish I had soulful eyes. Gilbert has soulful eyes too.
Did you hear? Gilbert's sad sick again, and he needs to take care of him.
Again? Poor Gilbert. He already lost 3 whole years of schooling caring for his pa. His father almost died.
That's why Gilbert wants to be a doctor. To help others with suffering. Isn't he dreamy? No one is as sad, handsome as Gilbert was. That didn't stop him from making me suffer.
Oh, and you sure gave him what for?
He could have been hurt. I do feel bad now that I behaved so uncouthly. But at the moment I saw red.
Like your ugly hair, like red, clay,
Josie.
only fit to walk on.
Josie.
I'm just honest.
That is not honesty. Hiding behind humor and twisting words is the opposite of honesty, and that's lying, plain and simple. It's all right, Rufus. I've known enough people like Josie's high.
And what's that supposed to mean?
People who are mean feel awful hurt inside. They feel weak, so they take it out on people. Is that true, Josie? You feel no control, so you attack like an injured bird.
No, I don't.
I see it, and normally I'm content to be quiet, Josie.
So why stop now, Rufus?
Because Anne is right, and I'm willing to be brave and be a good friend if you want to change, but not if you don't.
I do it, Josie. You're pretty and smart and always look near perfect. I don't understand.
But you aren't mean, Josie Pye. You made me cry countless times.
To be honest, really, I don't know why I do it. I guess I see myself doing it like another person. It's like I can't stop myself.
Like my anger? I understand, Josie Pye, but you are enough. It might sound silly coming from me for a man to say something awful. But that is because I needed the world to be beautiful. Even when there was so much darkness surrounding me. And the world is glorious. But you are enough all by yourself.
Well, I guess my darkness in me comes from my mother. She doesn't switch me or starve me or anything. I just never feel good enough. She never says a positive anything. Oh, it's always fix your hair, wipe your face. Oh, is that dust on your dress? You are shameful, not worthy. She only ever sees I'm a failure, how no success counts for anything. And in her eyes, I might as well be dirt.
Poor Josie.
I don't need your pity,
We
Ruby.
don't pity you, Josie Pye. Friends love you no matter what.
It's rough, yet you just need to learn to be comfortable as you are.
How can I be when I will never be good enough for her?
Look up, Josie! Look at me. I'm stinking sports. I love art and music, and I'm not like Woody or Charlie. I try to be myself, whatever that means. And if I define myself by what others think, I would always be a failure. So I don't.
You're not alone, Josie.
I may feel homely, but I try to be a better me. Well, I don't think you're homely, Anne. You have such a cute nose. I'm so flawless now, such a gorgeous compliment. And much to my dismay, Gilbert seems to find you pretty as well. Even if that was true, I'd have to mind to hate him until my dying day. Even if he is an accomplished feller.